Welcome back into episode 132. So last week's video. Now, last week's video was a funny one, wasn't it? Because I filmed this amazing drive over to the Classic Motor Hub as part of the 9 to 8 weekend where the 9 to 8 UK club get together and we sort of share stories and all look at each other's cars. And I'd set the GT up with the exhaust microphone. Special one I just bought and all these things. It rattled like hell. It sort of ting, ting, ting on the bit of metal and I couldn't use any of the footage, which is why I released that very short video of it fast forwarding with music playing. Really frustrating. And I was so obsessed with making that video that I didn't bother filming at the event either, which is really stupid. We had I think we had 30 9 to 8s together on Saturday and on the Sunday, slightly less over the Classic Motor Hub. Lesson learnt though, next time I need to film everything and all of that, so apologies for that. The actual last episode video I think was I was on the 79 car, wasn't I, stripping out the back, getting ready for respray. So this video I want to get back onto that car. I talk a lot about taking the paint off, going back to bare metal. I want to do some of it this week, trying to work out what that means. Is it hard? Is it easy? What? Who knows? So we're going to find out. As I always say, you know, click the like, click subscribe, leave me some comments, and let's get in there and see how I do. So I've undone the screw at the back of this trim and I gave it a waggle earlier, but it should just come out. I don't want to rip it or anything. Right. Comes out quite easy actually, isn't it? So pop that up there. I've got the supercharging cable in the way. I've got this bar I'm trying to take off now. I don't want to break, so I was going to put a block of wood along it and just tap it out like that. I think I've actually got a spare pair of these, brand new, but obviously I'd rather take it off without damaging it and it can be reused somewhere. Right, that's that. Looks pretty straight, so it's good. Two sides there. Usual high level of rust, which is great. Nice to see, of course. I think we're getting close to being able to start grinding the roof down. Right, that came out really easily, didn't it? Now I need to start looking at things like the windscreen, how to take the windscreen out. It's not actually attached, which is embarrassing. I don't know, you won't be able to see on there. I don't want to flex it much in case it cracks. But there's nothing holding it in that I can see. I can certainly push a corner and it comes out comes out about a centimetre or so. Whether I should take it out or get a company to come around and sort of use those suctions, I can probably get those suction cups on eBay, out on Amazon, thinking about it. That might be the easier route. And then where to store it? I guess it's going to have to go in the house, wrapped in plastic or foam or something. And that's not going to please my wife, is it? Let's be honest. But I think it's such a valuable thing, the glass. They're about £1,000 each and very breakable that we need to be very careful with it. Just a quick reminder to click the subscribe, like and comment button. I know, you know, I keep pushing these videos out there, about 130, this is probably about 132 or something like that. They're hard work, I'm not gonna lie to you. The amount of actual mechanical work is a lot, but editing, videoing, stopping to change camera and all that takes a lot of time, and the equipment, a lot of equipment I've had to buy as well. So please do support me, do the like, comment and subscribe. You can't tell on camera sometimes perhaps, but I have so many different jobs going on. You know, I'm looking at a central console there that's being refurbed. I've got the GT bumper off and investigating that front, what's happened to it. Clearly it's had some damage, the bumper bar was missing, so I've put the bumper bar on and I can see some alignment problems with the, I don't know what it's called, the front, it goes across the front of the car. We're stripping bits off, the spoilers came off the 79 car, bits of the interior coming out, rebuilding the panels in the back there. There's some more panels here that have been restored. There's stuff, a suspension there I'm trying to recover. There's some, I think there's S4 dampers that are a bit shot. I'm trying to get the adjustable collars off, so it's a bit of a slow project. So yeah, do please remember to sort of help me grow the channel, keep me motivated. Click the like, subscribe, comments, it all helps. And I just keep pushing on with the videos then. I'm sure by now you know my view on things is just have a crack at it. So the big question is taking the paint off the car. How do I do it? How much dust is there going to be? What's going to happen? Is it hard? Is it going to take ages? All of that. So today we're going to answer that. What I've done then is, if I lower you down, you can see this is the spare hatch I bought about just after getting the car, so probably 2.5 years ago. and it's obviously the wrong colour. It is rust free though, which is a bonus. I'm gonna strip all of the paint off of that, or I'm gonna start trying. As I understand it, the glass doesn't come out, it's all bonded in. So I'm just gonna do what I can to get the paint off as a learning experiment. We'll try. I've got a proper mask, so I'm not gonna die. And it's well ventilated out in the garden, very windy day actually, so it's a perfect day for it. But I'm just really curious to see how the paint comes off. So let's give it a go. That's after about 10 minutes of stripping. I would say it's going to take me a good, maybe an hour and a half to do the whole trunk, a hatch, sorry, I guess. Hands are buzzing a bit now as well, so I'm going to have to keep stopping just to make sure I don't go crazy. But it comes off quite easily, really. What you do get is this effect I loved. You see old Porsches in it where half the paint's are stripped off and you can see all the different layers. You get that straight away. It looks fantastic. I'm really tempted to see how the 79 car comes up when I start taking the white off, knowing that there's mocha brown underneath. It's going to look fantastic. Anyway, I'm going to crack on and just see if I can get the bulk of this strip today. Hope I can. Sunday, it's now or never basically, isn't it? Now or the evenings, and it's bound to be wet in the evenings, so let's just keep going. Well, it's not so bad. I've done all the way around, all the way around here, all the way around there, down to there, and I've just got this last little bit to do. That's probably about 20 minutes. And then I've got the recess that goes up to the glass, all the way round. I bet I'm not more than about an hour away. I think that's had about probably an hour, maybe an hour and 15. So yeah, a couple of hours, 2.5 hours probably for that whole panel. Wow, that is the front surface all done. I've got to do this recess all the way around, which is probably another half an hour or so. To get this far, it's taken about 2 hours, I reckon, which is maybe it's not that bad. I don't know. What I do need is more pads, and they should arrive today. Grit 60 arriving today, 50 of them. I've gone through probably 20 just now. Maybe not 20, maybe 15. So do the recess, then I need to turn it over, and there's some of the edges on the inside that you can see when you lift the boot. So they need to be stripped off as well. But we are getting there. I'm sure I read somewhere along the way that these things are bonded in. But talking to a friend and they're not. It's just this sort of black sticky stuff. I can't remember how you pronounce it, butyl or whatever. So what I'm going to try and do then, I'm going to heat it up with a heat gun, and then I'm going to thread. I've got a bit of metal. This is a metal zip tie. If you can see that, hard to see. I'm going to thread it through and then use it like a saw, cut all the way around. The glass will pop out. I'm doing it on this spare hatch. This spare hatch is trash. It's completely rusted out. But I figured if I practice on this, then I can do it on the proper one that I was stripping earlier. Yeah, basically I don't want to screw up. So we'll take that out. If I get the glass out, then I can go in and grind all the paint out properly. And there's probably a couple of the little clips I need to replace. And I could actually salvage them off of this one to use on that one. Remember, both of these hatches have had that rear spoiler, you know, the funny rear spoiler that goes on the back. And people tend or seem to remove those clips that the nice metal trim goes in and put silicone all the way around. So I'm hoping I can pick all the silicone out and use the clips from this trash one on that good one. Anyway, let's warm it up and see what happens. People always say to me, it'll be a tool that I don't have, and they say, oh, you should get one of those. When you get it, you'll never stop using it. Heat gun. I haven't stopped using it. It's really good. I like it. I can change the temperature. This is 80. I'm going to go 90 because I can. There we go. I'm going to warm a bit up then and just see if it works. I have no idea if this stuff sort of goes easier when it's hot. I assume it does. It might set solid when it's hot. Who knows? But let's just try and see. And I'm hoping I can thread this through and then, as I say, sort of run it all the way around and the glass comes out. Feels about 80 degrees, 90. I'm going to go 100. Let's really go for it. 120. Right, so I can get in behind the glue. I think it must be making some difference because I can get in there quite easily. The question is, am I through the other side? Yeah, I am, because I waggle it. What's this? I don't know, I am might be too bold. It may be that I have to come from the other direction as well. So you can see there, the metal pull tie is straight through. So now I can just sort of saw it all the way around and the glass should come out. Let's just see if this is all right. Yeah, it's quite easy actually, like this. Now I've disconnected the heated rear screen as well. I've come across one of the connectors. Oh, my glass I can actually push out anyway. It's so typical on this car, isn't it? It's so comically crap. I think I can just push the glass straight out. It's only held in by gravity, I think. All right, so we won't be needing this on this car, but I'm sure on the other boot lid, I'm gonna have to do a bit more than just press upwards. Yeah, that comes out really nicely. Okay, but I still think I should persist on this and have a look at it and work out exactly how I do it. I don't want to cock things up. I don't want to do it on the other one and then find out actually you really shouldn't have done that. Okay, that's good though. What I do have is the trim to remove across the top, so I'll go do that now. Right, this trim comes out quite easily if you just slowly sort of pick at it. And it's pressed in. There's a connector just here. Yeah, let's get under it. And try not to deform the metal, which is a bit tricky. It should just click out. I might have a plastic tool I can get under there with. It's a bit better with the plastic tools. The problem is some silicone this thing on, which is not making life easier. And then painted it on, which is nice. I know there's silicone all the way around as well. There's probably a good helping of rust in there as well. Everything basically. But somewhere just here is that that little clicker. Yeah, thanks whoever's siliconed that in. That's really helping out. I think I'm going to need a plastic tool to get under there a bit easier without breaking it. Wow, you can see the amount of silicone in here. In fact, join me and you can see the amount of silicone in here. Look at it. It's like someone's gone down there with a silicone gun and just emptied it. Wowza. Incidentally, if anyone wants one of these, I've got a set of these unkinked from the other one. Wow. Look, you can see how much silicone they put on it. It's like a whole tube and it's still rusted in there. This is more rusty this side. Like that, it's just sheet rust and you can see the paint just falling off of it. It is really tatty. But I don't think there's a lot of point trying too hard with this. It's just so much silicone. Both of those out, both of them full of silicone and lumps of rusted metal. This is fantastic, isn't it? Well, theoretically, there's nothing holding this in now, apart from silicone. Yeah. Jesus. Silicone and rust, I think, is the order of the day. I don't even know why I'm taking this one out, really, apart from because it might be useful to someone. It is out, so if you want a piece of glass, let me know. Wow. I'm trying to do it without breaking it. And see what this is. This is this butyl or whatever that holds it all together. Just for fun, I'll show you how bad it was in there. You can see, this is just sort of big rust holes, and it's all basically just rust all the way around it. These are little connectors that I want. If I can get them out, they'll be quite handy. Coming across the top, this is where I could always see bad rust. Never knew it was going to be that bad. Yeah, it's pretty shocking, really, how bad something can get. What connector? What water can do with metal. It's horrendous, isn't it? Now what I want to get is the clips off of here. So to do that I need to remove this interior trim, which obviously it all needs to come off anyway. So it looks like there's certainly 4 screws here I can see. These ones hold the sun visor on. I'm surprised. Yeah, I'd be surprised if they come out. Oh, see, they do come out. Even despite they're so rusty, they're actually gonna come, which is amazing. Right, so there's one sun visor off. Now I need to reuse these, so I've got to keep those, put them in the box ready. I've got the box directly below it. Right, and then that will come away. I don't know what holds it on the other side. Probably just a press stud. Right, and then do the other side the same. Okay, both visors out, that's good. Excellent. Now this should just come away. There we go. Wasn't so bad. And yeah, it's got little press studs holding it in. I've got a replacement one of these, so I'm not too worried. Although okay, it's a bit warped, but the actual leather is very good on it. So that's a possible keeper. We'll check about that. Everything sort of stays in the car anyway, so we'll just lay it neatly down on the pile of trim. And now I can look at getting these out. So this is what I wanted. Yeah, they come out really easy. Right, I'm going to leave it there this week. There's a couple of things I've done there that I want some feedback on. Firstly, I obviously stripped the paint off the rear hatch. Is that correct? Did I do it right? Do I need to do more, less, whatever? When I've fully got it stripped down, and assuming I take the glass out, which is going to be the next question, I'm going to take it over to the sprayer to get etched prime so that it doesn't rust or corrode or anything like that. So that's where that's going. The next question is the glass. So I've taken the glass out of this one. Look at that. Should I do that? Is that okay to do that? A friend of mine said it's no problem, and it was no problem to get it out of there. And it looks like it's pretty straightforward to put it back in there. Is that a good idea? Does everyone think I should be taking the glass out for spray? Because obviously I'll be able to get the sander or the DA in there and sand out the paint a lot better, which ultimately will give a better finish. And I need to come underneath it. Still, I haven't done that side of things yet either. So a little bit more work to do on the hatch, but it's getting there. And I think that's a good point to stop to ask questions, get your input. I think they're the two main bits. As I go forward, I'm going to be stripping these. All the steel panels will be getting stripped. I'm really keen to get on the roof so I can see how much the rust has sort of pitted the metal, if at all. Maybe it hasn't. I want to pop these rear windows out so I can get in there. I think probably before I do any of that, I'm going to try and solve the rust on that side. Those couple of holes on the inside of the wheel arch. But I need to drain the fuel tank and all of these things. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing next week. I've got some GT stuff coming up. Keep pointing at it because it's just there. That'll be coming up. Maybe that'll be next week. Who knows? I know we've got 2 weeks of dry. So there's 2 dry weekends, which I'd love to get the car out and try to get that exhaust not rattling. That's what's annoying me, or the exhaust microphone. So hopefully we'll get that out. But anyway, as I always say, comment, subscribe, like. I'll see you next time.